Olá, você está no Amplia Mundo. Eu sou a Jaqueline e nesse segundo episódio a gente vai conhecer em detalhes como funciona um modelo de lodge de safari que fica dentro de um dos maiores parques nacionais da África do Sul e do mundo, o Kruger National Park. O Lodge é o Rhino Post Safari Lodge, que tem certificação internacional em práticas de gestão ambiental e é um dos meus favoritos em todo o país. Ele é gerenciado por Gerrit Meyer, um dos profissionais que mais entende de concessão privada em áreas públicas. Ele mora e trabalha no Kruger há mais de 20 anos. E foi um privilégio conversar com ele, principalmente porque me contou os desafios e as oportunidades de se investir em um empreendimento de luxo, altamente integrado com a savana e que segue rigorosas regras de conservação ambiental. Durante o safari, eu também conheci um dos melhores guias que eu já vi. O Bonga é um profundo conhecedor da fauna e da flora africanas e nos mostrou como é que se faz um safari se tornar uma experiência inesquecível. Vamos lá? A savana africana é um ícone que, há muito tempo, é um dos principais representantes da imagem da África. E depois de vivenciar ricas experiências de interação com essa natureza incrível, eu não tenho dúvidas que ela tem essa fama com razão. Foi nesse parque que, em 1927, começavam os primeiros safaris do mundo. O Kruger é uma grande reserva ambiental em que há várias áreas de concessão oferecidas principalmente a lodges com um objetivo muito claro: contribuir com os custos da conservação ambiental por meio do turismo. Isso além de permitir a interação das pessoas com a natureza. O Rhino Post Safari Lodge é um desses.
And so the system that you have in place are defined by South African national parks.
Yes, very much so. Where this lodge is situated, there was nothing. There wasn't even a road. So we had to make a road down here, but that has to go through a whole EI, environmental assessment impact study. So it's the right angles, you don't create erosion, and you don't take out big trees, etc. So everything's very, very well structured, very well organized, and correctly so. To have the privilege to operate a commercial venture in a national park, which is not just there for your own use or for the park use. It's South African national parks is there for
permanent purposes.
For permanent and also for future generations, in perpetuity. So it doesn't help if our generation do a lot of mistakes and then afterwards try and fix it. So that if they start off with a clean slate and they want to keep it that way.
The volume of tourists you are getting, and you do believe that's one of the consequences from the World Cup, Soccer World Cup.
Yes. It also, there's a lot of factors involved. I think the perceived crime rate, which was international negative for South Africa, has decreased. And again, once again, I think the 2010 World Cup had something to do with that. And also, and probably the most significant thing is that the rand is weakened against international currencies like the dollar and the euro. So it is the euro and the dollar stretches further in South Africa, and you get great service. From the food is good throughout the country, the service is quite good.
Very competitive. I mean, value for money is fantastic.
So we become a destination for people and families, because it's a little bit cheaper, but you still get some.
And the
good quality
delivery
stuff.
you get is fantastic and very unique too. I mean, very unique.
With us in particular, yes, we believe that sharing nature with our visitors and sharing what we love about nature is what we'd like to do. We try and have the open plan everything, so nature can come into you. Our rooms is built with natural material, wood and canvas, so that it's possible for you to lie on your bed at night. You can hear a lion roar.
Yes, we did last night.
Yes. Yes, I think it's very, very important for all of us around the world to conserve wild, natural places, because it's getting less and less. And it's probably our generation has got the last generation that can have a significant impact in slowing down some of the negative impacts on conservation. But at the same time, you can't conserve wilderness if people can't enjoy it. Because if they can't taste it, if they can't enjoy it, they're not going to vote for it or fight for it, because it's a concept they don't know. So people have to have access to wild places, but it's the commercial people and tourism industry around the world that must have the foresight and the responsibility to do it with the least amount of impact, because it's possible. We've proved it here in the Kruger Park. You can satisfy a whole lot of international visitors without negatively impact the area that you're operating in.
We feel that the people in Parque Kruger, they want to preserve this place, this so sensational place, and they want to preserve the nature, the animal, they respect all.
You know, tourism in South Africa, I think about 3 or 4 years ago, became the biggest foreign income earner.
Yep.
So tourism is very, very important in South Africa, because the investment and the money it brings in, and the job opportunities and the job sustainability is large.
Finding a way to finance conservation is
Paramount. Governments just don't have enough finances to do that nowadays.
It's too expensive.
So it needs to come from the general public and industry.
And be sustainable.
Yeah. But the bottom line, unfortunately, is all about money. If conservation doesn't financially look after itself, it's gone.
It's gone.
We can have all the ethereal, wonderful ideas in the world, but if it doesn't make money, it's history. And for instance, in the cattle farming, if there can be a lodge, that the encroachment of cutting down bush and trees, if a lodge can have an area that's economically as good or better than farming, then there'll be a barrier.
Yeah.
It'll stop cutting trees and bush down.
Yeah, because this is much more fun. The lodge.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot more fun.
This is not a bad office, is it?
It's quite amazing, you know, because each time we go out, there's always different stuff to see. It's never the same. That's why I've been doing this now for 14 years, which is not bored at all. Because it's nice and open, even if you don't see much of the game, but the scenery, the smells, you know, the sounds of the birds, it's quite fascinating. It's not about the big stuff all the time. You can see, look at the tracks on the ground, you know, it's just everything. There's always something. That's what's nice about it.
No, and really, we're honored to be here talking to you, and thank you very much for your time and all that you've shared with us.
It's
very
a pleasure,
openly and very kindly.
I hope people in Brazil can find some sort of benefit or advice, or get confidence in doing things slightly different to what it is now.
Yeah.
And good luck with all of it.
O safari é uma forma de contato próximo com os animais que vivem livres em seu habitat natural. Somos nós, na verdade, que nos colocamos em um local apertado para observá-los, eles sim, em liberdade. É definitivamente uma forma diferente de vivenciar a natureza. Que privilégio que foi conhecer os profissionais que nos mostram que a fórmula turismo e conservação funciona sim, e muito bem. E essa é uma combinação extraordinária, porque ela traz benefícios para todo mundo. Para a conservação ambiental, para as comunidades locais e principalmente para nós, que viajamos sempre em busca de experiências ricas. No próximo episódio, vamos ver um modelo de lodge de safari diferente. A gente vai ver que esse negócio de conservação ambiental pode sim ser muito rentável. Não perca e até lá!